Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. I said I was going to get a host code, but it's not working, so maybe they're gone. Maybe I missed that in the announcements, but if there still is one, eventually I'll have one up there. My project today is a box using Friendly Seagulls. This is a Sale-A-Bration set. It is free with the $60 purchase. So if you purchase $60 worth of products, doesn't include your shipping and your tax, you can pick this as one of your Sale-A-Bration items. Alright, I'm also using the Unbounded Love dies for this label and the Stylish Shapes dies for a 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 inch circle. Alright, the box measures 2 3/4 by 3 1/2 by 1. It opens like this, and inside I have two rolls, the big fat kind. So, but it'll fit a little bit more. These kind of, I could probably have squeezed the third one in there, but it's a pretty good size for a Valentine treat or for any other treat. It doesn't really say Happy Valentine's Day. All right, so what we need for this project is a piece of the thick white, basic white cardstock that is 8 by 6 1/4. I cut out the 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 square from regular basic white using these Stylish Shapes dies. I cut this label using the Unbounded Love dies out of regular basic white. And then again, as I said yesterday, I'm using last year's paper, which I like better because this year's paper is almost all marbled and I really just preferred this. So I'm using two pieces that are 2 1/2 by 3 1/4, two that are 3/4 by 3 1/4, and two that are 2 1/2 by 3/4. All right, let me get my Simply scored. All right, we're gonna start on the 8-inch side and score at 1/2, 3 1/4, 4 1/4, and 7. Turn it to the 6 1/2-inch side and score at 1, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. All right, now fold and burnish your score lines. Okay, so we have the 1/2-inch rectangle over here, 1 inch here, and 3/4 inch at the top. And this might be a little hard to see because they're both white. Yeah, it is. Sorry about that. But that's what we're going to be doing. If you can see it, this is gone. And then there's 2 tabs here and the full flat, and then tabs on and rectangles on the bottom. All right, so let's start over here. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge up into the 1/2-inch rectangle. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line, and then wedge both sides of that square. Go to that last score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge it. All right, now turn it so that your 1/2-inch rectangle is over here, and go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the rectangle and wedge the square. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the second score line. Take off the rectangle and wedge the square. How'd it go? All right. And then we're going to take these 4 pieces off and take that score line off with it, so just a little bit above the score line. And then wedge up into that 1/2-inch rectangle. All right, and then what we're going to do is round the corners of this top flap. And that's what your cardstock should look like when you're done. All right, now we're going to put some tear and tape on what's left of that 1/2-inch rectangle and peel the backing off. All right, flip it over and flip over the sides to meet. All right, Now this is our back where the seam is. So we're going to put in the sides and we're going to flip down the back piece first. Okay, now we need our DSP. These pieces go front and back, long sides and short sides. All right, now we're going to do our stamping. So we need our two pieces. So first, let's do the Tuxedo Black, and I'm going to do the seagull. And I'm going to put him probably a 1/4 inch down from the top and over to the left. Okay, a little more than a 1/4 inch, but that's okay. And then the French fries next to him, his feet. There we go. All right, and then we need some crumb cake, and we're going to use the little pebbles. I guess I should have used the pebble color we have, but crumb cake is good too. And I'm going to put a little bit of scrap under there. And I'm just going to put it on here, but I'm going to avoid getting it on the feet and the fry box if I can. And then we need some real red for our label. And the I Love You More Than French Fries is 2 different stamps. So I'm going to try to get them as close as possible. So I love you more than up there. Here we go. It's a tiny bit crooked, but that's okay. All right. And that's it for stamping. So now we need some Stampin Blends. I'm using light smoky slate, dark crumb cake, light pumpkin, no, peach pie, and dark daffodil delight. And then for a shadow, I'm using light pool party. So first, let's do the light smoky slate. And I did this one with dark and light smoky slate, but this time I'm going to try to just use the light. So I'm going to go and I'm going to color everything. Just the ends and the stripe here with the light. And then I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to go over the wings again to make it a little bit darker than that strip there. The end of the wings, I meant. So then the stripe looks a little bit lighter. And for the beak and the feet, I'm going to use the light peach pie. For the fry bag, I'm assuming that this is like a fish hamburger, but I'm just going to do the whole box in dark crumb cake. And then the French fries in dark daffodil delight. And then I'm going to try to just go right around the seagull and the fries. Just the smallest line I can get with my blend, just to make a little bit of a shadow so it kind of looks like it's off the square a little bit. And that will lighten up even more as it dries. Alright, I'm done coloring. Now we need our box. You put whatever you want. I put the large Tootsie Rolls. And I'm going to get some dimensionals for the back. And then I'm going to kind of make a border on the 3 sides that's about the same. All right, and then I'm going to put the sentiment down with liquid glue. And I'm just going to split the difference on this one. And then we need some linen thread. And I'm going to wrap it around 3 times. It doesn't have to go in a triangle. It could just be right around each other. And then I want to take one of them and stick it under all 3 so they're tied together. There we go. I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of glue right there to kind of make it not come off untied. And that'll dry. And then I'm going to clip these. And then just arrange them however you want. Just keep it above the sentiment. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe and hit the like button. All my information is below. The new mini catalog is live, as is the Sale-A-Bration. You can get free products for every $60 you spent. And I will see you next time. Bye.